Yes, good day, class. I welcome you to Metric Hub, YouTube channel that is available for you just to ensure that you are well equipped for your examinations. You are well developed. You are well provisioned with information. This is the channel where education has been made simple. Please note that you need to turn on your notification button after subscribing, and for sure you shall see that everything will be readily available for you, where you can learn anywhere, anytime, and all things will be smooth and running. Without wasting any time, we are just going to talk on population ecology, interactions in the environment. First and foremost, we are talking, I'm going to be presenting on predation, the feeding interaction where an organism, the predator, it is the feeding interaction where one organism, the predator, e.g. the lion, e.g. a lion, it hunts, it kills, and eats another organism, they prey, or the organism that it preys on. That is, for example, a zebra. So in this regard, what is happening is predation, it's a feeding interaction where one organism, which is the predator, for example, a lion, it hunts and kills, and then it is hunting and killing for the purposes of eating the other organism, which we can give that the one that is being killed is a prey. For example, a zebra. Predation helps to control the population size, to control the size of populations. The interaction of organisms in an environment basically helps to control population sizes. So in this case, what happens is when a lion feeds on the zebras, it is at a point, or it is in a way controlling the population growth of the zebra, which is the prey. So the prey is the organism or the animal that is being hunted, or that is being eaten, or that is being killed for, that is killed for meat. The higher the prey numbers, the more predation will occur. Can this make sense? The higher the predation, the higher the prey numbers, the more the predation that will take place. The more the predation that will take place. Please understand this to say that if food is readily available, it means the organism that is feeding on that food, obviously, it would also sprout, or the population of that organism, which has got plenty of food, would also increase. That's the natural phenomenon that is there. When food is plenty, whatever that is feeding on that food, it has to multiply very fast and increase in numbers. That is why you see the higher the prey numbers, the more the predation will occur. The lower the prey numbers, the fewer predators will survive due to shortage of food. The lower the prey numbers, the fewer predators will survive due to shortage of food. So what is happening is that there is also a direct relationship between prey and predation. To say that if the prey is low, predation or predators would also be less, because they won't be able to have food. That is what is actually supposed to be understood in this instance. So I have attached a graph that shows predator-prey relationship. This graph actually helps to present and give to students an understanding of the balance between predators and the prey and predator relationship. So there is a key where the bold line is representing the prey, and then the broken red line is presenting the predator. In this case, we have given the example to say the bold line is representing the zebra, and then this broken red line is representing lion. We can say lions or zebras. So what is happening is that this is the key, we have our key, which is showing like that. So on the horizontal axis, we have the total number, which is the total number of the lion and the number of what? The number of zebra. And then on the horizontal line, we have time, to say the time factor is also affecting population growth. In any case, time also affects population growth. So in this regard, let me quickly just present to you and explain this. This graph is actually showing the interaction of the prey and the predator. So let's start from position. We can say starting from 0, and then maybe up to 10 years. It can be time in what? In years. So what you are seeing here is that in the beginning, where the prey was more than what? Where the predator, here predator, the predator is more than what? Is more than the prey. What actually happens there is that the number of predator has to decline in any case. When the predator is more, when the predator is more than what? Than the prey, starvation will take place. This position will show a time of starvation. It can be called hunger factor. So now what happens is that the lions will decrease in their numbers because they have no food. There is what? There is shortage of food in this regard. Shortage of what? Shortage of food takes place. Food shortage causes the number of what? The number of lions to go down. When the number of lions goes down, because they are dying because of they are dying as a result of shortage of food, obviously the fewer the lions, the higher the chance of the zebras to increase. So we can see a quick and rapid acceleration in the number of zebras. The zebra population will increase. This is a population of the zebra that is generally increasing, or that is rapidly increasing. Zebra population increasing rapidly, increases rapidly here. It rapidly increases, and then at this point it reaches to the point of its climax or optimum position, optimum population, which is the best or maximum number of zebras that can be sustained in or over a piece of land. The land has reached its what? Its optimum population, or its carrying capacity, maximum carrying capacity. So as that point reaches, competition for food for zebras would also, we are saying the zebras would also get to be more, as we have explained above there. As zebra population increases, we would also see an increase in what? An increase in predation, where the number of lions also increases. Lions increases as well. Lions increases as a reason of what? As a result of an increase in the population of zebras there. So there is a direct relationship which takes place there, which would also be explained by position. We can give this as position X, and position what? Position X. At X positions, we are saying both the populations are what? Both the populations are decreasing as a result of what? We are saying both populations are decreasing. We can see both populations decreasing in what? At position X. Position X, there is a quick and rapid decrease in the population of zebras, and therefore the lions will also start decreasing. The lions would also decrease. They decrease as a result of what? of a decrease in the population of the prey, the prey population will decrease. Prey population is decreased. Prey population decreased here. So as it decreased, what we need to understand is that as the population of the prey decrease, therefore the predator also decrease. So here, that is what is happening. And at the same time, the population or this dynamics of this population balances, it keeps on going up and down. So as you can see, we continuously have the graph going up and down, going up and down, going up and down, which is showing an increase and decrease with regard to prey-predator relationship. So we have got our coot given as coot and impala given as what? As the prey, which are being eaten by what? By the lion, and also by the what? By the zebra. I mean, by the lion and the hyena. So in this regard, what is going on is that the higher the population of prey, the more the population of the coot and the coot and impala, the more the population of the coot and impala, the more also is what? Is lion and what? And hyenas. So we are saying that is what is happening in this diagram. The more the population of the prey, the more the population of the what? Of the predator. At the same time, when the prey goes too low, at this point, we can maybe, let me mark this point as what? As point what? Z, and also point what? As point what? As point Z on the graph. So what happens here is that the population of the prey has gone far below the population of the predator. So the predators will also die because of what? Because of hunger. They also die because of they would also start competing for food. And then with that in mind, what happens is that their population will eventually also decrease. Their population would decrease as well. So please understand that what is supposed to be understood, or what must be taken note of, is the fact that these populations, they must balance. They must balance. In any case, they cannot balance equally so, but in order to have a healthy relationship or a healthy ecosystem, it means the prey must be more than what? Than the predator. In any case, the prey must be more than the predator. So therefore, we can have a better ecosystem which can be sustainable, or which can continuously reproduce and exist. So this is what is happening. The more the population of the prey, the more the population of the predators. But at a certain point, when the prey is far less than the predator will die because of starvation. It will die because of no food. And in that regard, I would see the predator population also decreasing up to a point where they can be very less. And then when they decrease, they at a point also give a chance for it also give a chance for what? For the prey to increase in their numbers. Let's just quickly go to this other point. Competition. Competition takes place when two or more individuals compete for the same limited resources. Competition takes place when two or more individuals compete for the same limited resources. For example, we can talk about competition for food, competition for water, competition for mating partners. These, you can see them in a natural ecosystem where animals, they fight for organisms, they fight for mating partners. And then we also even have competition for food. I'm sure that you have seen, for instance, in a natural ecosystem where lions and hyenas, the lions, I mean the hyenas scavenging on the food that has been left or that has been killed by what? By lions. So intra-specific competition takes place between individuals of the same species. Intra means inside or means within the same group. So it takes place between individuals of the same species, e.g., male lions competing for a what? For a female, for a female. That is intra-competition. Male lions that are competing for a female lion, that is intra-competition. Inter-competition, inter means between two different species. It takes place between two individuals of different species. For example, we have got hyenas and vultures competing for the same food or space. They compete for the same food or space. That is inter. It means different species between individuals of different species. That is inter-competition, inter-specific competition. And then competitive exclusion. Competitive exclusion, two different species that need the same limited resources cannot occupy the same niche in the same habitat over a long period. The one species will outcompete the other, which will result in the emigration or extinction of the other species. That is competitive exclusion. This is known as the principle of competitive exclusion, where two different species that need the same limited resource, which are occupying when they are in the same niche, it happens that one species will outcompete the other, and then it would result in that weak species or weak organism or a weak population migrating or getting extincted because of the other. Hence, we call that the principle of competitive exclusion. It is called the principle of competitive exclusion. Resource partitioning, another population ecology term. Two species cannot coexist in one habitat, but use the same resources differently. Two species can coexist in one habitat, but use the same resources differently. E.g., we have got one species feeds during the day and the other at night. Therefore, two species feeding on different heights of the same tree are also another typical example that we can give as an resource partitioning, to say there are two different populations or two population species that are coexisting in one habitat, but they are using the same resource differently. In this example or in this regard, I'm giving a population that feeds during the day and the other that feeds during the night, where, of course, they are feeding within the same or they are living in the same habitat. We also have, for example, the different feeding heights in herbivores, animals or organisms that feed on trees, that feed on tree leaves, others feeding on very tall trees, others feed on short trees. Therefore, we can define that as what? As resource partitioning. Mutualism is a symbiotic relationship, which means a beneficial relationship between two organisms of different species, both benefiting from each other. They both benefit. A symbiotic relationship, a beneficial relationship between two organisms of different species, where both of them, they benefit from each other. For example, bees getting food from a flower, and the flower is cross-pollinated. The bees, they get food from the flower, And at the same time, we have got insect pollinated flowers, which would also allow that flower to be what? To be pollinated. Then we call that a mutual, or we call that mutualism. Mutualism, which we can define there. It can also be a tick bed and cattle. Another example, a tick bed and cattle, where the tick bed can come and then it is it is eating also the ticks on the what? On the on the what? On the it is eating the ticks on the cattle. So in that regard, we are saying the cattle is gonna get off the ticks there, and then it is benefiting from the what? From the tick bed. When it is on it, it is taking off the tick bed. It is taking off the ticks, and also the tick bed would also be benefiting by also having the insects and other things that are moved by the what? By the head of the animals. And then commensalism. Commensalism, we have got example here. Commensalism, a symbiotic relationship between two organisms of different species where one benefits and the other neither benefits or is harmed, e.g., suckfish on sharks that feed on leftover food, and suckfish also gets protection there. So it is commensalism, a relationship between two different organisms of different species where one benefits and the other neither benefits nor is harmed. There is no harm, one benefit, but the other does not benefit and also is not being harmed. So we call that commensalism. And then parasitism, a symbiotic relationship between two organisms of different species where one benefit parasite and the other is harmed, which is what? Which is the host. We are saying well, it's a parasitism where one benefits, one that benefits, we call that a parasite, and the other is harmed, which is the host. We have got example of ectoparasites, e.g., lice and fleas and endoparasites like the tapeworm. The tapeworm, these are it's a parasitism relationship. They are parasitic. They are parasitic, where we are saying it's a relationship between two organisms of different species where one benefits, which is the parasite, and the other is harmed. It can also even, like we are saying, the ectoparasites of the ticks on the what? On the animals. The ticks, they suck blood. They complete their life cycle through the animals by hosting on the what? On the by them attacking and feeding on the animals, and the animals, they don't benefit anything from them. So we have got ectoparasites, which is parasites from outside, and then parasites from inside the what? Inside the stomach of the animals. Like a typical example is the tapeworm, which is given as that it actually helps, it actually benefit from what? From feeding on the host. So class, thank you so much and have a beautiful day. Keep on connected and don't forget to subscribe to your channel, so therefore you can be able to get next presentations. Thank you so much, and turn on your notification button to keep posted. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.